When it comes to penny stocks in the precious metals mining and royalty sector, the vast majority of PM mining companies are focused on the yellow metal gold. Now, you've heard it said before that silver is just too cheap to mine for exclusively, and that most of the silver that is recovered each year and brought to market is done so in the process of mining for base metals such as copper or zinc. The bottom line, of course, is that it's not typically financially lucrative to mine exclusively for silver. It's usually a better idea to go for something else than to just bring that silver to market. It's a little bit of a silver lining because the operational costs are high, regardless of what you're mining for. So you definitely want to be able to pull something out of the ground that is going to pay you. To make things even more difficult, most of the world's precious metals mines are located in less than desirable parts of the world. We're talking, off the beaten path in remote areas, away from major roadways and railways, far from running water and power, which does add both to the financial as well as geopolitical risks of the mining operation. Now, good news, investors, there is a diamond in the rough with Apollo Silver, one of just a few United States-based silver mining operations, and that's the topic of today's awareness video. I'd like to thank Apollo Silver for sponsoring today's video. Hey everyone, I am the Florida Stacker, and I like to buy and hold physical precious metals, silver and gold, as wealth outside of the financial banking system. I purchase these coins and bars routinely as part of my financial strategy to hold and build wealth across several different asset classes, such as stocks, cryptocurrency, and real estate. In today's video, we're going to look at a promising silver and gold mining company known as Apollo Silver. Now, Apollo Silver and Gold here in the US goes by stock ticker symbol APGOF, and in Canada on the TSX, that's the Toronto Stock Exchange, you can find Apollo Silver with ticker symbol APGO. Apollo Silver is a pure play on silver here in the United States with its gold mining operations abroad. The importance of this cannot be overstated, really, because this company is just one of a few in the world in this specific business model, which offers unique diversification to anyone who wants to be involved in the silver sector in the safest and most stable jurisdictions with limited competition, thanks to the hefty cost of mining. In the coming months, the company will be engaged in three main de-risking and value-adding activities to increase shareholder value. The first of which is drilling. Of course, you got to drill these days, right, to get down to the gold and silver. These projects that the company owns are past producing silver mines that have historically generated large deposits of silver ore. So utilizing modern drilling techniques today on these old projects, Apollo Silver has been able to drill deep to recover silver ore long forgotten. And they're going to further extend the life of the mine by doing this. Now, secondly, Apollo Silver is issuing a NI 43-101 report on these resources, which will bring its historical silver resources up to a standard code and basically legitimize the over 100 million ounces of silver that the company holds today there on their mining site. So lastly, the company is actively seeking to make additional existing mine acquisitions in Arizona. That is to further build its North American project portfolio, as well as return shareholder value. Of course, very important for us considering this company. So speaking of value, Apollo Silver has quickly raised over 52 million in Canadian dollars to accomplish these key company goals, which is relatively unheard of, especially from a pure silver play North American operation. Very rare company. Now, this speaks well to the board of directors and management team, which includes chairman of the board, Andrew Bowering, who has successfully started 5 precious and base metals mining companies since 2011. Now, Andrew started CapEx Iron Core, which was a TSX, and once more, that's the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture 50 company. Okay, so one or more of the best overall performing companies on the Toronto Stock Exchange was one of Andrew's companies. He also started Millennial Lithium Core, M2 Cobalt Core, Prime Mining Core, as well as American Lithium. Now, to date, 5 companies that Andrew has started have been acquired, and all of the remaining companies he has founded and operated, if not taken over today, do trade profitably. So Andrew is a well-connected leader who knows how to start and run a profitable mining company, all very important today. Also involved in the Apollo Silver management team are executives that come from Robert Friedland's companies. The CEO of Apollo Silver and Gold was instrumental for the Robert Friedland organization, and was also a high level at BHP Billiton, which is one of the largest mining conglomerates in the world. So the CEO of the company, working under the directorship of Andrew, is one of the good ones. This is all good news. So the chief thing here to keep in mind is that these type of high caliber performers in these executive management positions, they will only join the board and management of a company as early stage as Apollo Silver if they can make a fortune doing so. And the only way for them to do that is by making the company valuable, because they become vested shareholders taking these positions with very low salaries. Very low salary, high bonus potential. So the heat is on really for the management team. Therefore, management is much more incentivized to perform in order to build a strong company that provides shareholder value, which is important for you and I in terms of a rising stock valuation. Now, some key projects the leadership team has pursued include mines purchased from renowned silver mining company. I'm sure you've heard of Pan American Silver. As a matter of fact, California is ranked fourth in the U.S. for mineral production, contributing to $13.6 billion in U.S. dollars in GDP during 2020. So not bad, California. The need for silver is clear with the world's growing population and increased demands for cleaner and greener energy production, which we talk about here on the channel quite a bit, because silver is a contributing commodity to that, especially with solar panels and solar energy. Okay, so California does offer mining companies access to clean power, infrastructure, skilled labor, and transportation networks that are incredibly difficult to find in other more remote and, well, less politically stable parts of the world. We're talking countries that some of you may have never heard of. For the first time ever, a company is pursuing two silver projects that are basically geological twins together at the same time. This project, known as Calico Silver, is located in San Bernardino, California, and it combines the Waterloo and Langtree properties, as you can see here with this infographic. Now, for the first time, these two assets are under common ownership with 13,000 acres under control. This site is well placed relative to infrastructure and ease of access, and is right around 150 miles from both LA, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. Commercial electric power is available as well as paved roads. It does make for a nice mining site as compared to many of the world's mines, and the combination of the two does bring historical data from both of these historical sites, really, to include 35,000 meters of previous drilling, or over 357 drill holes combined. So, as mentioned earlier, these sites have been mined for many years in the past. It's just with modern day technology, Apollo Silver is able to, save a little cash by not having to explore and make these acquisitions of existing mines and then kind of clean up shop, relatively speaking. By drilling further using modern technology, they're able to recover more and more silver and even a little bit of gold. Now, the Apollo team has compiled a top-tier group of assets with limited previous modern exploration and considerable upside, like the Arizona Silver Project, which also sits on a large property with previous work indicating district scale potential. So now let's take a look at how the stock has performed year to date. Before we close out today's video, I think it's important that we have a look at this company, and we see here, and as we mentioned earlier, that the company is doing pretty well. And I also want to mention that they currently hold around 102 million ounces of silver. That is through this re-verification process they are going through. On top of the terrific stock performance this year that we can see, the stock is up year to date by just under 24%, with the current stock price on the OTC markets of 66 cents per share. Now let's take a look at silver. And with silver having recently taken a beating in spot price, and we'll see if that continues when Monday's market opens, you do see the value of each share down in that previous chart from previous highs this year that were encroaching on 90 cents. Okay, so the stock was trading in the mid to high 80-cent range not that long ago. And here we are, so curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow. As this is a penny stock, you'll need to purchase shares of Apollo Silver on more mainstream brokers such as TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab, as you won't find these companies, unfortunately, on the discount-based brokers such as Robinhood or Webull. It's definitely an interesting company considering the experience and accomplishments of the board and management, and also the fact that the entire silver mining operation is taking place here in the United States. Okay, that's pretty rare these days. I'll be curious to see just how this stock price responds in the morning when the market opens. If silver spot price is down again tomorrow, then it's pretty likely that the stock price will be down as well. So I may be in a position to scoop up some shares tomorrow and hold those shares while silver is now trading at its lowest price year to date. And just hold on to them until silver price, recovers, and then cash in for a nice profit, or potentially hold them for the long term. Either which way, I do appreciate you watching today's video. And if you like today's content, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video. I do release about 4 videos each week, and they do cover the precious metals, gold and silver mostly, a little bit of platinum here and there to keep you informed and hopefully entertained a little bit as well in this wonderful way to hold and accumulate wealth over time that is stacking precious metals. So thanks again. Hope to see you Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. during my live stream, and of course on Tuesdays with our Saving in Silver series, and on Thursday when we unbox precious metals such as gold and silver, silver bars, gold coins. Thursdays are always my favorite days. So until then, I look forward to seeing you. Take care, my friends.